Lebanon is engulfed in protests triggered by the death of a top security official in Friday's car bombing in the capital. Some rallies have turned violent, with 2 people reportedly injured after the army opened fire in one of the roads blocked with burning tyres. The opposition has called for an indefinite strike and for the government to be dissolved. Our correspondent Irina Galushko is in the region following the developments.
We had protests in Lebanon all over the country, essentially, last night, and they continued this afternoon. There was a huge gathering at the capital, Beirut, but that's, of course, not the only place where people are protesting. They're protesting in other towns as well. They're blocking roads. They're burning tires. Now, back to the reason for this unrest. Among the 8 people who were killed on Friday, the top police official, who was known for his severe anti-Syrian stance. Thousands of his supporters are now out on the streets saying that it was Syria that was behind the blast in Beirut, something which that city hasn't seen in 4 years. Now people are saying basically that they want the government to step down, the entire government. There is a sit-in being organized in Beirut in front of the parliament. People are saying they're going to stay there until the government resigns. However, this is where it should be mentioned that the Prime Minister has filed a petition for resignation to the President, but the President refused to accept it. So we have these massive protests. We have thousands of people who were supporters of the killed official who are saying that Syria is to blame. They're also calling for the UN peacekeeping forces to come in and line up on the border between Syria and Lebanon. And a lot of people at this point already starting to express their worry that the conflict in Syria inadvertently or purposefully, of course, it's unclear at the moment, is being spilled into the neighboring country, into Lebanon.
Some Lebanese politicians blame Syria for the deadly blast, saying the security official killed was a hardline opponent of President Assad. But political analyst Sharmin Nawani in Beirut says such quick allegations have no ground.
It's not very feasible, and it wasn't very feasible that President Assad was responsible for the assassination of Rafik Hariri in 2005 either. But in Lebanon, that's not how it plays out. You know, in normal situations, people would wait for an investigation, get at least a little bit of evidence on the way before making these allegations. In Lebanon, political parties jump on the bandwagon and start to use these things to their advantage, even if it's one of their own figures who's gone down. There doesn't seem to be any interest in seeking truth. It's all about political advantage, and it's unfortunate because it's whipping out exactly these kind of reactions, armed reactions on the streets, that is not a positive sign for Lebanon.